All right. Hi, everyone. And welcome to today's Hangout. We have a very exciting topic, something that's been around for quite a while now, but we are reigniting it and looking at the next level. Um, Today, we're going to talk about, are you willing to be in demand? And I'm Julia Sotis, for those of you who don't know me. I'm a certified facilitator of Access Consciousness. And I've been using these tools for about 5 years. I think I had my 5-year access anniversary this month. So I've been using these tools for 5 years, and they have literally changed everything in my life, like from zero to beyond infinity and into the ethers of the universe. The things that I dreamed about, only small speckles of dreams, have become like my everyday reality, and I've seen this happen for thousands upon thousands of people who use the tools. So today, we're going to talk about something called, are you willing to be in demand? And when you're willing to be in demand, it's a very specific energy, being willing to be in demand, because you know how there's businesses that don't go? Like, it's just, it's possible, it should work, but it just doesn't go. And the difference between a business that doesn't go and a business that actually works and thrives and has an energy behind it and makes money and creates consciousness, the difference is the person who is the main driving energy behind the business. It's their willingness to be in demand. Because most of us are not willing to be in demand. And when you're totally willing to be demanded, hold on, I forgot to make somebody else the mute police, so I'm the mute police. There, everyone's muted. But it's like the willingness to actually be that driving force is what creates a real business and a life that actually works. And I want to read you a quote. Maggie Schlarb. So I want to introduce you to the Demanded Board of Directors. I have my ladies on either side. Cassie Schreppel is in the creation of this 12-month club, and Maggie Schlarb, who is on my right. I'm not sure if she's on everyone's right. And then Diane Barrias from Guatemala is also our fourth board member. And we've really, really been planning an amazing 12 months. And this club is going to be a lot about creation and are things actually working? Are things actually moving? And where have you been unwilling to be in demand? And so I have a couple things. I was looking at some of my notes on this class and the conversations that I've had with Gary. And a lot of this work, actually, the demanded work and the concept, came from a class called Pragmatic Psychology, facilitated by Gary Douglas, the founder of Access Consciousness, and Susanna Mittermeier, who is from Vienna. And so I was looking over some of the original content that we're going to be going through in the club. And one of my favorite quotes was, well, this is actually something I said. It wasn't from the class, but are you willing to be in demand? When you trust you, you are so wild, everyone wants a piece of you. And that's the problem with most things that don't go. It's like you're not actually, there's still some piece of you that wants to be normal or real or able to do small talk, or somehow you have the point of view that if you're like other people, then they will want to contribute to your business, or, looking for what you have to offer. What have you made so vital, valuable, and real about never demanding anything of you or anyone else that keeps you from the life of total possibilities, success, and consciousness that you know is possible for you? And everything that is times a godzillion, will you destroy and uncreate it all?
Yes.
Oh, good. Thank you. Thanks,
That
Kathy,
was very
and
quiet,
everyone
yes.
else who's muted so evilly by the Halloween witch. Right and wrong, good and bad, all 9 Pock and Pod shorts, boys and beyond. But the problem is, like, when you aren't acknowledging what you know and what you have already created, it's really hard to be in demand because you're not actually acknowledging that you're the source for everything in your life. Like, I have a sticky note in my room that says, Julia, you are the source for the creation of money. It's like nobody else is the source for the creation of money. And it's like, but that willingness to know that you're actually required for that creation stops this place where we want to lock ourselves out of our creations and go, no, don't look at me, because we spend so much time stopping the willingness to be demanded, because we think that if we're willing to be in demand in that way, that means that we are, going to be at the effect of everybody else. Because, like, people who are really in demand, they're always on their phone, they're always out, they're always busy, they're always creating. But it's like the misidentification is that when you're that in demand, that you're at the effect of everybody else. They always want a piece of you and you have no choice. But that's what we're looking to switch and change, is like, it's not about being at the effect of it. It's actually a space where you are so in demand that you get to call the shots, because you're the one who doesn't fit. You're the one who, what's the quote again? I love the quote, that you are so wild that everyone wants a piece of you. And when you're like that, like when you are that much of a difference in the world, it's like, then people have this place where they are willing to go by what you say, because they actually are just looking for what you have to offer. But you have to realize that you're the source of everything in order for any of this to work. And this is why business doesn't work. So everything that is, and I'm using the Access Clearing Statement. Some of you are very new. So if you do have questions about the clearing statement, you can go to theclearingstatement.com. But everything this conversation is bringing up for you guys, will you destroy and uncreate it all?
Yes.
Cool. Right and wrong, good and bad, all 9 Pock and Pod shorts, boys and beyonds. And I just have one more thing, and then I want to take any questions that you guys have. This is just kind of a short conversation about what the club is going to be, because there were a lot of questions like, what is this? What does it entail? What are we going to be talking about? But the other thing is, when you're willing to be totally in demand, it's like you have to dig into the the deepest, darkest crevices of your being that you didn't know were there. Because if that much is required of you, then it's like you gift everything that you have, and then there's still more required of you. So you have to dig into the deep, dark places that you've never actually looked at before, and you have to start to become aware of the capacities that you actually have and what you're actually capable of, new things. And it's this constant exploration of new things that allows you to keep moving forward and keep creating. So it's a really different game. This is not an energy for those who, want to sit on their couch and watch TV. This is an energy for people who are like, okay, I'm actually willing to take it to the next level, and I'm willing to do whatever it takes to make this business work and to make my life work. And so it's a really different invitation. Somebody has their hand up on the phone. So whoever has your hand up, it's a 604 number. Or there's also 425. Anybody have questions? No, hands up but no questions.
Hello?
Yes, hi.
Oh, hi. Julia, this is Melody here. Could
Hi.
you, I know, could you clarify for me, like when I'm being the demand, rather than going into chaos and, oh my God, like whatever isn't working in the moment that I've chosen.
Right.
Like just, I'm sorry, I've just gotten on the call. So
That's okay.
could you clarify, like, whether it's to do with finances or writing a paper or, you know, you just,
Well,
I guess, yeah.
it's really a choice, and it's something that, Melody, what's your phone number, the first three digits of it?
996.
Okay.
604 996.
Okay, cool. I just had to mute a couple other people. So, I mean, it's really a choice, and it's something that you develop over time. It's like, it's like in every second you have the choice to go, am I going to go for what's easy, and am I going to break down, or am I going to realize the hugeness of this energy, of the fact that I'm the source for everything in my life. Like the other day, I had some friends who were trying to get pregnant, and one of the people, or the wife, was talking to me about it, and I just looked at her. This was about 3 weeks ago, and I looked at her and I was just like, what would it take for this woman to have a baby? Like, I'm like she doesn't do access or anything like that. I'm just like, you know, can you just please like bring her a baby? Like, I just like like, this one's on me. Like, can you just do this, please? and then 2.5 weeks later, she's pregnant. So it's like, you know, we have this potency available all the time. But it's like we've decided that if we embrace it fully, that it means that we can never go back, or we can never have a moment off, or we always have to take care of everything. But that's actually not true. You will want to take care of everything. It will become a joy when you're totally willing to be in demand, rather than an obligation or something that you have to do. But it's like, it's a huge shift in paradigms and point of view, from like, oh, I have to get this paper done, or I have to do this financial thing, to like, I have and it's not just me, like the example of, you know, of asking for this woman to be pregnant, and then she becomes pregnant like right away. It's like, you all have that much power, or else you wouldn't be here. We wouldn't be having this conversation. So it's like the choice to shift your point of view from like, how do I do this? What do I have to do? You know, how do I prove that I'm normal? And while knowing I'm not, while, you know, wanting to change realities, while wanting to get these things done. It's like there's a different reality available in which you're willing to be in demand. And it's like, you realize that your fingertips are like a magic wand. Like, you can have anything. Like, there is nothing that you can wish for that you cannot have. You wouldn't wish for it if it wasn't possible for you. Like, wishing for like it being possible for you is a prerequisite for you even wanting it in the first place. So everything that you desire, just the fact that you desire it, is a good enough reason for it to show up. That's it.
I love that.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty awesome. It certainly makes life easier. So when you function from that space, like, just because I desire this, it's enough of a reason for it to show up. And just because I, don't want my child to do this, or, it's trusting yourself enough to know that whatever shot you call is the correct shot to call. And realizing that you may fuck up, but the fact that you're willing to be somebody who calls the shots, that's the point in the first place. It's like, and you can fuck up and you can say sorry and it doesn't matter, but it's like, what do you know? And would you be willing to back yourself on that and demand that and put that out into the world and be like, I don't care how this is. Like, one of the things we're going to be talking about in the 12 months is like, it's not about how it affects other people, what you choose. It's about how what you choose affects you and the world, which is different than other people, and how it's like going to be taken. So it's a kind of a long way around your question, Melody, but it's like what if it wasn't about what you had to get done? What if it was more about the intense power that you are and the willingness to be that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Sylvia has a question. Does the demand energy keep changing? I have experienced the demand energy, and it seems like the energy of demand is becoming less. I'm not actually sure what the question is. You could rephrase that. That would be awesome. And then one of the things I also wanted to talk about is I just finished, well, I didn't just finish. In September, so last month, we finished a 12-month club called the Magic Club. And that club was like a crazy, crazy ride. People went from, having nothing to having everything in 12 months. And the thread of energy that lived in that club and lived in the lives of everybody in that club was phenomenal. And everybody's world contributed to everybody else's world. And it's like the energy of a club is something really different than the energy of a class, because it's an ongoing life that's always contributing to everything that you're creating. So, a couple of the semantics of the club are we're going to have a call every month. Everybody's going to get, I think it's a 30-minute private session with me within the year. And then you'll be getting, Allison Rosler makes the notes for all the classes that I do, and she makes these, she takes out all the clearings and puts them beautifully, and then she writes, she's written up to 10 pages of notes of every topic, so it's this really clear layout of everything that's gone on in the call. And the other thing, one of the things I'm really looking forward to about the club is that I'm going to be sending out a video every 2 weeks of a different homework or a different challenge or something that's possible, or the clearings that are coming up in my life about the energy of demand and what that actually is. And a lot of this is going to be just naturally, because that's what it usually relates to, is money and creation. So it's I could have called it the Money and Creation Club. But it's actually, I wanted it to be a little bit more punch you in the face than that. A little bit more of a don't join unless you've really got your big girl pants on. Because it's just not, it is about money and creation, but it's actually more about being everything. So everything you have done to stop yourself from being everything, will you destroy and uncreate it all?
Yes.
Awesome. Okay. Right and wrong and bad, all 9 pot and pock shorts, boys and beyond. Awesome. And Sula is saying, what would be a good clearing loop to put on about being in demand? I actually did one at the beginning of the call. So if you watch the replay, there's an amazing clearing on the topic. So I actually didn't want to go too much longer than 15 or 20 minutes for this. We're at about 20 minutes. I just wanted to really, really get the energy of what's possible across so that people knew exactly what this club was and what the energy possible is with it. But I will just, if anybody wants to, the chat room's getting kind of full. So I'll answer those questions. I'll send people answers afterwards. But does anybody have any verbal questions about the semantics or anything like that? No? Okay, awesome. Well, let's leave it there. Happy Halloween.
Sorry.
Oh, somebody has something. Andrea, hi.
I have a question.
Yeah.
I forgot. Shit.
It's so funny.
Damn it. Yes, when's the last day to sign up?
That's a really good question. Well, the club starts November 9th, and I will let people sign up probably until, if you miss the first call, that's okay, as long as you listen to the replay before the second call. So I guess the last day to sign up would be December 9th. So
Okay.
you can have a month if you are wavering in your choice.
Okay. And we have to have watched the first 3 classes.
Yes,
right?
great question. And you have to have purchased as prerequisites, are you willing to be demanded call 1? Are you willing to be demanded call 2? Which is my personal favorite. I love call 2. And actually advanced is pretty awesome too. And then the advanced demanded. So it's a 3-part series that I did. And that's available on the demanded website. So we will send that out with the replay of this call. So am I missing, you're welcome. Am I missing any details, Maggie or Cassie? I think that's it. It's November 9.
I think that covers it all. Yeah.
Okay, awesome. Cool. All right, well, thank you guys. Oh.
You're having, if I remember, is there like a private Facebook group or something?
Yes, and there'll be a private Facebook. That was actually a really fun part of the Magic Club is like there'll be a private Facebook group. So that's where, a lot of your videos will go, or different challenges, or the bonus calls that we do with different guests, or, it's a life, and it's like a different world and a different reality, and it changes all the time. So we add things and we move things around and things like that. So the Facebook group is sort of the main hub of the creation of the Demanded Club. So, yeah. Awesome. Well, thank you guys so much for joining me. And 24 minutes seems really short, but I think those are the main details. And the clearing that I'll leave you guys with is what energy, space, and consciousness can you and your body be to be the most demanded item on the planet with total ease for all eternity? And everything that doesn't allow that, will you destroy and uncreate it all?
Yes.
Right and wrong, good and bad, all 9 pod and pock shorts, boys and beyonds. Awesome. Okay. Mwah. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you, Julia. Thank you, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.